Hello, I'm Daniele from Zeygos, and today I'll be sharing with you an analysis of the financial markets prepared by our research office. If you appreciate our content, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. Our quantitative screening model assigns MASTERCARD an overall score of 56, consequently, the rating assigned to the stock is buy. Looking at the individual components, analyst sentiment appears cautious. The score for the estimates component is 32,100. Over the past 30 days, analysts have kept their estimates for the current year unchanged. Regarding the investor interest indicator, the company scores 73 out of 100. This score indicates a reasonable level of investor interest in the stock. The company scores 64 out of 100 for the growth indicator. Over the past 5 years, revenues have increased by an average of 10%, while EBITDA has risen by an average of 11.45%. For the current year, earnings are expected to increase by 13%, while next year's growth is projected at 19%. The valuation score stands at 32 out of 100. The stock is considered expensive both in relative and absolute terms. The stock's risk level, calculated using historical volatility and beta, is medium-low, 73, low scores denote high risk, and vice versa. Description: MASTERCARD is one of the world's leading electronic payment companies. Founded in 1966 under the name Interbank Card Association, ICA, it later changed its name to MASTERCARD in 1979. The company is headquartered in Purchase, New York, USA. MASTERCARD operates as an intermediary between financial institutions, merchants, and consumers, providing electronic payment services through its global network. Its core business involves payment cards, including credit cards, debit cards, and prepaid cards. Users can use MASTERCARD cards to make purchases worldwide, both in physical stores and online. One distinctive feature of MASTERCARD cards is their numbering system. MASTERCARD card numbers are structured to provide information about the issuer, card type, and other basic information. MASTERCARD also offers a range of additional services such as loyalty and rewards programs, security services like two-factor authentication, and advanced technologies like contactless payment and EMV, Europe, MASTERCARD, and Visa, technology aimed at making transactions more secure through chip and PIN. Finally, MASTERCARD is involved in developing digital and mobile payment solutions such as MasterPass and MasterCard Send to simplify online payments and peer-to-peer transactions. It's important to note that MASTERCARD does not directly extend loans or credit to consumers but works with banks and financial institutions that issue MASTERCARD cards to their customers. The company primarily earns revenue through fees charged to card issuers and merchants for the use of its network and services. Over the years, MASTERCARD has expanded its global presence and formed partnerships with various organizations, financial institutions, and technology companies to drive innovation in financial services and the payment industry. Description: MASTERCARD is one of the world's leading electronic payment companies. Founded in 1966 under the name Interbank Card Association, ICA, it later changed its name to MASTERCARD in 1979. The company is headquartered in Purchase, New York, USA. MASTERCARD operates as an intermediary between financial institutions, merchants, and consumers, providing electronic payment services through its global network. Its primary business revolves around payment cards, including credit cards, debit cards, and prepaid cards. Users can utilize MASTERCARD cards to make purchases worldwide, both in physical and online settings. One of the distinctive features of MASTERCARD cards is their numbering system. MASTERCARD card numbers are structured to provide information about the issuer, card type, and other fundamental details. MASTERCARD also offers a range of additional services, including loyalty and reward programs, security services like two-factor authentication, and advanced technologies such as contactless payment and EMV, Europe, MASTERCARD, and Visa, technology aimed at enhancing transaction security through chip and PIN. Lastly, MASTERCARD is involved in developing digital and mobile payment solutions like MasterPass and MasterCard Send to streamline online payments and peer-to-peer transactions. It's worth noting that MASTERCARD does not directly provide loans or credit to consumers but collaborates with banks and financial institutions that issue MASTERCARD cards to their customers. The company primarily generates revenue through fees charged to card issuers and merchants for utilizing its network and services. Over the years, MasterCard has expanded its global presence and formed partnerships with various organizations, financial institutions, and technology companies to drive innovation in financial services and the payment industry. Positive credit card usage statistics in 2023. Credit card ownership. At the end of the second quarter of 2023, it is estimated that there are approximately 578.35 million credit card accounts in the United States. This represents a 2.5% increase compared to the second quarter of 2022. Credit card usage. Credit cards were used for an estimated $4.4 trillion in payments during the second quarter of 2023. This represents a 5.5% increase compared to the second quarter of 2022. Average credit card debt. The average credit card debt per household was $7,300 in the second quarter of 2023. This represents a 3.5% increase compared to the second quarter of 2022. Credit card APR, annual percentage rate. The average APR for credit cards was 24.08% in the second quarter of 2023. This represents a 0.75% increase compared to the second quarter of 2022. New credit card applications. The number of new credit card applications decreased by 5% in the second quarter of 2023. This decline can be attributed to several factors, including rising living costs and global economic uncertainty. Growth through acquisitions. Over the years, MasterCard has used acquisitions and partnerships as strategies to bolster its organic growth and diversify revenue streams. This approach has helped expand reachable markets, generate new revenue flows, and strengthen its core product offerings. Recent acquisitions by the company include CipherTrace, AIA, Vise, Nets, RiskRecon, Dynamic Yield, and Finicity, among others. Acquisitions are expected to play a significant role in revenue growth in the coming years. MasterCard also leverages partnerships to enhance its capabilities and global presence. In May 2023, it entered into a partnership with HealthLock to protect millions of Americans from errors in claims, medical billing fraud, and overpricing. Long-term growth. Its revenues are consistently growing due to increased consumer spending, card usage, and cross-border volumes. In fact, in 2022, revenues increased by 18% year-on-year. The metric improved by 13% year-on-year in the first half of 2023. Gross dollar volume, GDV, the aggregate amount of cash withdrawals and purchases made with MasterCard branded cards worldwide, increased by 14% year-on-year during the same period. Moreover, its strong market position and an attractive core business, supported by new agreements, contract renewals, and service offerings expansion, should ensure long-term growth. Ongoing initiatives, including digital strategy and continued geographic expansion, generate further optimism. In the third quarter of 2023, management expects net revenues to grow by 3 to 5% compared to the previous year's quarter. Net revenues are estimated to grow by 3 to 5% in 2023. Significant growth opportunities currently exist in Southeast Asia and Latin America operations, as the withdrawal from Russia has created a revenue gap. Sector growth. The COVID-19 crisis has increased the demand for the company's service offerings, including cybersecurity and data analytics services. These services provide differentiated solutions valued by a wide range of customer segments. The service portfolio offers revenue diversification benefits to the company. Over the years, the company has made several acquisitions in the sector, such as NuData, Transfast, RiskRecon, and Ithoca, to expand its service sector. The acquisition of Dynamic Yield, completed in April 2022, is expected to add service capabilities through digital channels. Solid financial position. MasterCard has been able to generate cash flows from operations over the years, allowing it to conduct share buybacks and distribute dividends. In 2022, operating cash flows of $11.195 billion increased by 18.3% year-on-year. The first half of 2023 witnessed prudent capital distribution choices through $5.3 billion in share buybacks and $1.1 billion in dividends. As of July 24, 2023, there remains $6.4 billion in the share buyback program. The strong capital position and robust balance sheet enable it to pursue acquisitions that have fueled inorganic growth. Cash and cash equivalents, amounting to $6.170 billion as of June 30, 2023, exceed the current amount of long-term debt, $1.336 billion. Furthermore, the solid business fundamentals and ongoing cash flow generation should contribute to timely debt repayment. Its times interest earned of 25.3x is sufficient to cover interest expenses and surpasses the industry average of 15.5x. The company's strategy is to gradually shift towards a more normalized mix of debt and equity over time. MASTERCARD's valuations are considered expensive. The stock is trading at 28.70x the estimated 12-month earnings, compared to an industry average of 13.58x. In terms of EV/EBITDA, the stock is trading at 21.82x, while the industry average is 13.70x. The stock also has a high price-to-book (P/book) ratio of 49.89. The company pays a relatively low dividend of 0.8%. Despite the high absolute multiples, historical analysis shows that the stock is currently trading towards the lower end of its range over the last 3 years. For more information, please visit the website www.zeygosonline.com. If you would like to receive our services on a free trial for 1 month, please email us at info@zeygos.com. Zeygos provides informational and analytical services only regarding financial markets and does not engage in any form of personalized investment advisory activities.